there were definitely aliens that were going to land on Earth, and they were not friendly. And I was trying to escape with a few people. There were already sort of bad things had already taken place with this community of people, and I was trying to get people to come with me far away. So I was kind of batting my arms and flying off the roof, and I ended up leaving for a while. And at a certain point, a big airplane flew overhead, and it landed. And it was an airplane from Cyprus. And it was signaling that the war had ended, alien invasion had ended, and the medics who came out of the airplane wanted to check all the Cypriots who were on Earth to make sure that they were healthy and okay. And they came up to me, and it was like one of the most joyous moments because it felt like it was over and that everyone could come back, and it was like the end of a movie scene. Then, passing through this landscape in a car, we were passing through images, almost projections of icebergs out the window. They weren't actually real. They didn't seem real. Going out to meet up with this giant cruise ship, I went on a banana boat. I was alone on the banana boat, and there was a few other people on a boat nearby me, a smaller boat. And we all went out together. The water was really turquoise and beautiful. It was like the Caribbean or something. I went out there. There was tons of people swimming and drinking cocktails. And my banana boat kind of got deflated. So I was trying to patch it up with the help of somebody. I can't remember who he was. And we got in the water and it was packed. It was like being in a parade or something. The water suddenly, everyone was there. So we swam around the other side of the boat, and I went out and I ordered a gin and soda with a lime and a splash of tonic from the bartender. Anyway, suddenly in the distance, we're looking at Manhattan skyline, and there's big smoke starts appearing in the distance, these black clouds billowing out. And suddenly they grow increasingly large, and we realize that the city's being bombed. Next thing we know, this black cloud starts coming towards us, frantically trying to close all the windows, and chaos happens, and there's a lot of people here now running around all over the place, and shrapnel bombs being tossed all around us. I remember feeling very fearful. So at one point, Jessica Alex was there, and she made like a really thick layered hat out of snow, and the shrapnel bomb landed right next to her, and the shrapnel all went and smashed into her snow hat. So that was really lucky because she actually wasn't injured, so we ended up scraping off the hat, and it saved her life. I was standing over the Glacier Perito Moreno, and there was a boat that was actually traveling somehow on top of it. But just as I was looking at it, it went and kind of glided over the edge. So I watched as all these people crashed into the water below, as the boat crashed, and all these people were sort of floating in the water, crying for help. It was really disturbing. I was being chased by somebody who had 2 small razor blades as hands, and I ended up being given 2 larger razor blades, and I was really sort of using them as nunchuck kind of things. I was really wielding them, and threatening the person that I'd cut them if they came close to me. Somehow being chased by a killer. I remember it sort of being somebody I knew. I was watching my brother perform on stage. And first of all, I heard this one woman talk about how hot he was. And another woman said if his eyebrows were gouged out, he wouldn't be that hot. And that's when I had to chime in and say, that's my brother. It's okay if you want to say he's hot, but don't say things like his eyebrows are gouged out. And the next thing I know, as he's playing, this giant Mack truck comes and basically plows through the stage into the building. There was a giant giraffe running through town and a giant elephant and a huge tiger, and people were trying to get control over them. I saw this creature that looked like it had the legs of either a giraffe or a tall dog, like a Dalmatian or something. The top part was a lion, but you could tell it was dressed in a suit. Like the creature sort of separated into two, and the lion was trying to tear off the costume off the dog. And I thought for sure the dog was probably getting shredded to pieces, but it turns out in the end the lion was just tearing off its suit, and the dog comes running over towards me. One was I was standing over a giant corn on the cob made of chocolate. Eating it, actually. There was steam coming out of it. I thought, oh, this is definitely something really bad, like a bomb. Pulled out this long tube, and in this tube there were all these sausages that had been cooked. These long, cooked sausages that were steaming. I accompanied a friend to, it wasn't a moon colony, it was a different planet though. And there was this huge complex there with a swimming pool and cafes and yoga classes, and we were gonna be there for a while. She wanted to come back for some sort of meeting, and I told her, basically reminding her that we had this incredible opportunity to spend a few days up on in outer space, and that we should take advantage of it. I had gone for a swim, and at one point I was trying not to sleep in because I didn't want to miss out